Ladies and gentlemen, Snowflake here, and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Behind the Card. Keeping the scary theme of a previous episode, today's episode will be focused on Fire Reaper. Let's get into it. So Fire Reaper is a dark attribute, level 2 zombie type normal monster with 700 attack and 500 defense. Its flavor text says, a Reaper with a flaming arrow burns an enemy to a crisp. Despite its use of fire and having fire in its name, Fire Reaper is in fact a dark attribute monster and not a fire one. The Japanese version of this card is known as Fire Devil, but of course you can't say the word devil, so they had to censor that. Reaper's much better, puts you at ease a little bit more. In the Game Boy Color game Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Duel Stories, this card actually has an effect where it reduces the opponent's life points by 50. This effect seems to continue in the Game Boy Advance game Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, where it's given a little bit more explanation. A skeletal Grim Reaper that is armed with fiery arrows. Its arrow can directly inflict 50 LP damage on the opponent. Moving on to some card tips. This card can be searched by the following cards: Unexpected Die, Primeite Roar, Rescue Hedgehog, Rescue Rabbit, Primeite Lordly Load, Painful Decision, Draconet, Treasure Panda, Cosmo Brain, Primeite Howl, Emissary of the Afterlife, Princess Cologne, Human Wave Tactics, the League of Uniform Nomenclature, Supernatural Danger Zone, Soul Unseal, Curse of the Ancient Turtle, Goblin Zombie, Pyramid Turtle, Elixir of Black Awakening, Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine, Samurai Skull, Dark the Dark Charmer Gloomy, Mystic Potato, Mystic Tomato, Chaos Zone, Gigantic Sprite, Small Scuffle, Mimiclay, Packet Link, Serpentine Princess, Battle Royal Mode Joining, Vampire Dragon, Rescue Ferret, Umbra Mirage the Elemental Lord, Sangan, Witch of the Black Forest, and Last Will. In the PlayStation game Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, you can summon Fire Reaper by combining a zombie type monster with either a fire, pyro, or some flame-related monster, as long as both monsters have less than 650 attack. Otherwise, they will form to become Flame Ghost. Card appearances. This card does not appear in any Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, however it is one of the various level 2 or below zombie-type monsters used by Born-G in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force series on the PSP. And a little bit of card trivia. This card is one of the longest gaps in years in terms of imports from the OCG to the TCG. Having been released in the first ever OCG set in 1999, it was only 20 years later where it was printed for the TCG in English in 2019 in the Speed Duel Scars of Battle booster pack. Alright, well that's it for Fire Reaper. A card you'd expect to be fire, but is not fire, and apparently has some cool effects in some of the older Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games, as well as being able to summon it at any point by fusing a fire and a zombie monster, as long as they're both pretty weak. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care, and goodbye.